What's up, everybody, and welcome back to
Crucifying
another
these
glorious
motherfuckers.
episode of Lockdown 23. Trouble if you got caught, but I never really knew the extent of how much trouble you could really get for these particular crimes that we're going to be talking about today. And also, we're going to watch a clip of a young man get sentenced for robberies, strong arm robberies. And I'm not talking about with a gun, I'm talking about with a fake airsoft gun. Believe it or not, it's a very popular thing for people to do. You know, a lot of guys, they ain't really about that life. They want some money. They want to commit the strong arm robbery, but they don't want to use a real gun. You know, they think if they use a real gun, they'll really get smoked if they get caught. A lot of people say, I robbed a bank, it was with a fake gun, man. It wasn't even real. You know, they don't care. And I'm going to show you why they don't care. Real or fake, ladies and gentlemen, they ain't going to spare you in the courtroom. And another major reason why I'm bringing this to your attention is because when I was out there, I had no idea how much time people were getting for them. But even at that age, I knew, there were some crimes you don't do because you definitely go to prison for the majority of your life. But I didn't think strong arm robbery was one of them. I thought maybe you'd get like 5 years tops.
Yeah.
People are getting life in prison for strong arm robberies.
Damn.
Life. 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the courtroom. I'm going to let you watch this young man get sentenced, and then I'll break down a little more of the story, because there's 4 young men
That's
that got
a damn
sentenced.
shame.
And it's just a rude awakening, I guess you could say, for people out there that might
No
be
wonder
trying
motherfuckers
to
say,
do this
well,
type
fuck
of
that
stuff as a
strong
juvenile.
arm
It doesn't
shit.
matter if you're a juvenile.
I'm just gonna break a
adult.
window
You
and
guys
steal
are
something out of
obviously
cars.
old enough,
Something. Cause that
something
I mean, they ain't giving out no time for that.
clean record.
But them strong arm shit,
They're gonna smoke
oh no.
their boots, man. Don't forget it. And if these guys were adults when the crime took place, they probably would have gotten triple of what they got. So this young man right here, Nakis Joshua's been sentenced.
Damn, so then they lynching.
I believe he is 19.
Getting lynched out there,
video.
buddy.
Let's find out what his fate will be for.
That's basically giving you life.
Airsoft gun, ladies and gentlemen. Not a real one. It's fake, but it's still robbery. Looking to take money from individuals.
Robbery with a fake gun.
Robbery, like I said. I believe he is 19 at the time of this video. Let's find out what his fate will be for robberies with the airsoft gun, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a real one. It's fake, but it's still robbery. Looking to take money from individuals. The state articulating the position of a man who had a gun pointed to the back of his head, probably not knowing in a second whether he'll be living or dying. That's a serious, vicious, horrible event. Young ladies coming from work being pushed down, seeing people approach them, seeking their money. That's a vicious, horrible, frightening event as well. So I'm going to find. Alright, so you hear how he's saying it's vicious and it was horrible.
I don't
that's
even.
What they say. Even though the weapon was
Yeah, but see, I didn't heard 2 different things, man. I heard that he said a man, motherfucker, was getting robbed and had a gun to the back of his head, and some more fucking females just witnessing this shit, and then they was looking at the shit and they got pushed down. Them motherfuckers didn't get robbed; they was robbing the man. So that's man, get your shit straight, blood. First of all, the motherfucking man ain't even got his shit straight. He adding them 2 fucking ladies to the thing like they got robbed. They motherfuckers just got pushed out the motherfucking way, man.
Live ammunition. It's still robbery.
Yeah, see, so this motherfucker right here, he ain't, he just blowing shit. He just saying anything.
So I'm gonna find. Alright, so you hear how he's saying it's vicious and it was horrible. That's what. Alright, so you hear how he's saying it's vicious and it was horrible. Uh,
to the back of his head.
Still robbery.
That was looking to take money from individuals. The state, particularly in the position of a man, had a gun pointed to the back of his head, probably not knowing in a second whether he'll be living or dying. That's a serious, vicious, horrible event. Young ladies coming from work, being pushed down, seeing people approach them, seeking their money. That's a vicious, horrible, and frightening event as well. So I'm going to...
Okay, all right. So that's two different things. But okay. So but then no. That wasn't enough information for me. Did they get robbed? Did they get pushed down? Did he pull a gun out then? Because if he didn't, motherfucker, why you even talking about that shit? What happened, motherfucker? Why you didn't say the whole damn story? You know, so it sounds like that dude, even the judge, is just making up shit, man.
All right, so you hear how he's saying it's vicious and it was horrible.
Yeah, that's some
that's
bullshit.
what they say. Even though the weapon was fake, there probably wasn't too much of a threat there when it came to, live ammunition. It's still rough.
And pushing somebody down, that ain't no motherfucking punching them either. That ain't beating them. That ain't, you push the motherfucker down, and then probably snatch their purse or something. Now, okay, but if you didn't beat them all up and shit, what you talking about? This is vicious. Where the vicious, but see, this is bullshit, man.
Robbery, and the person who's getting robbed, they don't know that.
They don't know that. Fuck you.
Let them know.
See, they ain't going by what you did. They just going, they making up shit. They saying, just suppose you would have did this. Just suppose you. So they like blaming you for a whole bunch of shit that you ain't even did. They just acting like we're going to give you all these many years for what you could have did. See, that's some bullshit, man.
No, they don't know if they're going to live or die.
See, they just making shit up, man.
If they're gonna live or die, but they don't. And he also went on to say something about they push some girls down to the ground. I'm guessing they push them to the ground, ask them for their stuff, and that in itself right there. If you did that as an adult, gee, you might not be out to 70.
What? You hear this stupid motherfucker? You push somebody down and say, okay, give me your money. Now, how the fuck am I going to be doing 30 years because I pushed the motherfucker down and I took some money? That should be like 3 or 4 years. How the fuck is they giving a motherfucker 30 years? See, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers is like the Kuka. They coming out with some, man, these motherfuckers is exterminating motherfuckers. That's the best way I could put it. Because these motherfucking, the fucking sentence don't fit the crime, man. You heard that motherfucker just said, oh, you push somebody down, that's 30 years. So if he thinking like this, you can imagine what the fucking judge is thinking like the same way. This is some motherfucking Ku Klux Klan running them motherfucking places, man. You can see this dude is all like licking his chops over this shit.
And what the hell is this kid wearing, man? He got sweats on in the courtroom? What sweats are those, though?
He crucifying him, ain't he?
This dude got a damn Kango suit in here.
He crucifying him, ain't he?
I'm also going to find...
Nigga, this better than a motherfucking witch hunt.
The only other aggravating factor on the flying is aggravating factor number 9, the need to
And this dude, this happened when he was like a juvenile and shit. They treating him like he an adult. What happened with all that? I mean, this is terrible. This is worse than the Jewish Holocaust. I'm sorry, man. Because there's way more people of the same race that's getting took out like Hitler was taking out the Jews back in Germany, man. And it's like, you don't see no, I don't give a fuck. I ain't seen no white kids even doing this shit, let alone if they do go to jail, they ain't getting this much motherfucking time. So why is it just black kids doing this shit? It seems like to me. I don't even see no Mexican kids, they're like doing no stupid shit like this.
Law doesn't mean to deter you and some of your friends, other people.
I mean, they weighing out how much time they could do and shit. Like, they like, nigga, I'd rather sell drugs than and get 3 or 4 years and probation and all
Arming
that
yourselves
shit,
with
nigga.
weapons or
I'm
toys.
not fucking around with no little petty stupid shit that's gonna get 1,000,000 years. Nigga, the only thing you gonna see a Mexican do is breaking your window in your car and shit, nigga. That's it. They take his ass to jail. They gonna OR his ass the same day, nigga. They stealing cars and shit. They ain't fucking with this strong arm, violent shit. No. So I think they're getting them because they saying it's violence. You know what I mean? That's and then they could blow that shit all the way out the water, right? They can blow it out of proportion. They could just, you know, they could just, oh, you could have did this, you could have did this, you could have did that.
To be deterred. And I can tell you, a message needs to be sent to other people, regardless of their age, juvenile or otherwise. This conduct cannot be tolerated. Count 1, defendants committed to the custody of the executive director of the Juvenile Commission for a term of
Arming yourselves with weapons or toys. It doesn't matter. That shit's crazy.
deter you and some of your friends and other people in the community. You can't be engaging in consuming alcohol, drugs, arming yourself with weapons, whether a toy or not.
Arming yourselves with weapons or toys. It doesn't matter. That shit's crazy.
Seeking out people to rob.
Don't even breathe, nigga.
That needs to be deterred. And I give heavyweight to that. A message needs to be sent to other people, regardless of their age, juvenile or otherwise. This conduct cannot be tolerated. Count 1, defendants committed to the custody of the executive director of the Juvenile Commission for a term of 10 years. Pursuant to the No Early Release
Oh, they
Act.
broke him off with a 10-piece.
By the Senate Act, before he was eligible for parole.
10 years, 85% of 10 years. I'm guessing it's like 7 and some change. Over here in Virginia, you gotta do 85%, but I believe the governor just dropped it down to 60-something percent, which is amazing. People are gonna be coming out by the bucket load soon, and it's retroactive. This is another huge word for people that might be locked up, and there's new laws being created, and I know this really has nothing to do with this, but since we're talking about it, let's talk about it. Retroactive. Let's say a new law passes like I just explained. 60% now. You got to do 60% instead of 85% in Virginia now. So inmates that are locked up right now, they're probably saying to themselves, is it retroactive? Meaning, are we going to be allowed to be released as well? Or are we held responsible to the old law because we were sentenced during the old law times? Retroactive is what you want to hear. That means you will get a taste of that 65%, whatever the case is, and you won't be held accountable to the old law anymore. That really has nothing to do with this case, but it's a very popular word you'll hear in the justice system, in jail, prison. Retroactive, retroactive. People are always praying for new laws, new codes to come about so they get released early. But this dude got 10 blickums, 85%. And looking by that guy's badge, it looks like they're in New Jersey, so it's not far from my state of Virginia. A lot of states that are kind of close together, they kind of run with the same structure for the most part. I've realized. I can almost guarantee this dude probably didn't think he was going to get a whole 10-piece. That lawyer just pat him on the back like, go get him, Tiger. 10-piece ain't nothing. Let's rewind that. Look, the lawyer stressed the hell out in that picture, though. You know?
Nigga, they get you for a terrorist threat and give you about 3 or 4 years, wouldn't they?
10 years.
See,
dog.
these laws, man,
Airsoft
is
guns
just
probably
too
got
petty,
30
man.
bucks. And it's a violent crime. Shit, he's going straight to a high-level penitentiary. You see how he said we'd recommend you to the juvenile thing? Well, he ain't going to be in juvenile for too much longer. They're going to ship him to DOC. 2-3 years in the juvie camp, but, you know, adults can be in there up to 20 years old. So they'll probably sit in there for 2 years, and then he'll be shipped to the big boy pen. Strong-arm robbery, you're going straight to level 4 or 5. Yeah. 10 years or more, too? Yeah, that's going to boost him up a little bit. and his age, all that stuff is taken into consideration when it determines where you're going to be going to prison. Your age, the kind of crime, your past charges, all that stuff. They build it and make a little portfolio on you. And then they say, okay, do we want to send them to Woodshop Penitentiary? Or do we want to send them to Shankland? Where do you think they're going to send strong-arm robbers to?
USA, y'all. Shankland, USA.
101, baby. D Block Cell 222. I'm on my way.
USA.
But what happened to the other guys? There's 4 of them. 4 of them. Let's go ahead and do a quick review on the 4 of them.
Shankland.
Devin Delaney was sentenced to 7 years in prison. Hassan Diawara, now 17, was sentenced to 12 years. Hopefully I pronounced these names correctly.
He was
Nikki
16 and they
now
gave
19,
him 12.
got 10 years. That's the person we just seen get sentenced. Christopher Perpagon, now 18,
For
the
pushing
wheelman
down
for the robbery
some-
spree, was sentenced to 6 years. They will serve time at a juvenile correctional facility until they are 21 and then move to the state prison system.
Damn.
But just put this into perspective. He got 10 years.
No, he got life.
Time when he was a juvenile.
Because that fucking crime gonna follow him. Every time he go get a job, they gonna say, what did you do? Oh, I did a violent crime. I robbed somebody. Who was they? Some young ladies and a white man. Oh, shit, buddy. You're gonna have a hard time finding a job.
Just imagine if they were
They ain't gonna
grown-ass
erase
men.
his
He would have
motherfucking
been
record.
surfing on top of piles of smoked boots if he was an adult. One
But
thing's
what,
for sure,
nigga?
and 2
But
things
what?
for
What was
certain.
the difference? They
First of all,
was
it
an
doesn't matter
adult.
if
They
you're a
treated him
juvie or
like
not.
he was an
Thank
adult.
you.
He ain't did shit, motherfucker. He pushed down. From what they said, all they got on him is he pulled out a motherfucking fake gun and robbed a motherfucker. So now I don't see where the fucking 10 years coming from. Then he pushed down a couple of motherfuckers without beating them up. So where's this violent shit coming from? Why is you motherfuckers see? This is that Ku Klux Klan mentality, man. They don't need no motherfucking thing. They don't need no proof. They'll just take that little bitty thing that you did and run away and turn it into a big ass thing. You know what I mean? They'll be calling you this and that. If they could, they'd be calling the motherfuckers murderers, man. Cause it's just like a game. It's like they just making up shit. They what they call that shit?
Gun or not,
Gaslight.
you will get smoked for armed robbery. And number 2,
Gaslight.
the wheelman always gets less time than everybody else. Why is it that the wheelman only got 6 P's? You know? And look at him. He looks like the wheelman. He looks like the scariest one out of all of them. They're probably, let's go ahead and put him as wheelman. His heart's already pumping Kool-Aid, man. I don't even know if I trust him to drive the car. I know when I was younger, I didn't have too many wheelmen, but the ones I did, it was because they were scared to do anything else. Get behind the wheel, dog, and shut up then. Just press the gas. And one of those guys got 12 years. He got more time than anyone else. He was probably the one that kind of like instigated the whole thing. He came up with the idea, situated everything, more than likely, or he just had a criminal history, you know, and he got a little bit more time added to his sentence because of that. Believe it or not, that happens. If the judge sees you haven't learned from your past lessons, you've already done
just
a little
making
time,
shit
more
up.
than the last people. And you know, a lot
He
of people
probably
might not think
pushed him
that's a lot
down.
of time, 12 years. But look at it like this. The wheelman got 6, right? 6 years. He'll be released. Other dudes still in
You know,
prison.
whoever went out there and
6
was
more
with him,
years.
that's what it was.
I know I bring
man.
a lot of stories to y'all's attention about
What the
20,
fuck is
30,
the difference
40
between
years.
12
Look,
and 10,
1 year
motherfucker?
in lockup will drive a lot of people insane. Just a few months. Some people can't even last a couple of weeks. They don't know how on earth people do years in lockup. You'd be surprised what you can do when you're forced to do it.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Pick shit up. For fair use in educational purposes, here we go again, another creature features. What's in here on Karma's Kitchen, another support. In this review, we talking about some more violent crime, but let's check it out. I would like to say that
Today we're going to be traveling to Fulton County, Georgia, where many people say this is the most gruesome murder in recent history.
Come on, man. That's some bullshit. Everything y'all do, y'all just blow shit out of proportion. Nigga, it's been this shit is happening all over. Why is this the most gruesome? It's always the most gruesome. Fucking break your toenails is the most gruesome. Nigga, come on.
This was one of the most brutal murders or killings we have ever seen.
Yeah, I heard
Fulton
that.
County District Attorney Paul Howard said.
They
And you know, if a
always say
district
that shit.
attorney says that, it had been a
Fuck
really
no.
gruesome murder because he's seen all kinds of shit. That
He's
district
just trying
attorney
to
goes
get
to the
a
courtroom
motherfucker-
every single day. He knows what
He's
kind of
just trying to
craziness is out there
justify
in
giving a
Atlanta.
motherfucker the
And for him to say
maximum.
this is one of the most gruesomest
Fuck
crimes he's
no.
ever seen, that should tell you a lot.
That's
Guys
bullshit.
actually beat this
He
dude
just
by
trying-
4 crowbar for hours before they shot him in the head twice and did other things I'm
How
not
the
going to talk
fuck
about.
do you beat a motherfucker with a crowbar for hours, nigga? What? You hit a nigga upside the head with a crowbar a couple of times, and nigga knocked out. Come on, his fucking skull is cracked. Come on, see? This shit don't even make no sense, man.
The story, I'll leave the link pinned.
See, they just making shit up.
These guys actually beat
Because
this
if
dude.
you fucking beat him that bad and did all that, why you gotta shoot him 2 times, motherfucker, if you did all that? And you say they beat him for 2 hours, so come on, man. Make up your mind.
With the 2x4 crowbar for hours. The most gruesomest crimes he's ever seen, that should tell you a lot.
Yes.
These guys actually beat this dude
Tell
with
me.
a 2x4 crowbar for hours before they shot him in the head twice and did other things I'm not going to talk about. You can read the story. I'll leave the link pinned in the comment section description of the video.
Okay,
But
now
it was
I could
definitely pretty
believe
gruesome.
they
and
did
it
other
happened-
things, but don't get to talking about they beat a motherfucker with a crowbar for 2 hours. That's kind of like throwing me off, man.
This man right here, 33-year-old Christopher Dean. Prosecutors said he figured one last drug deal and he would be able to turn clean,
Yeah.
but he never got the chance. On that fall day, Dean was invited to the home of brothers Xavier, 23, and Orlando Gibson, 30. Little did he know the invitation to the house on Sandy Creek Drive in Atlanta would lead to his death. They pounced on him as soon as he arrived, Howard said. Now this is where the
Christopher Lockett, Jasper Green, Joshua Rooks, Quantez Clark, Xavier Gibson, man, damn dude. If you seen all them niggas at the house at one time, unless you know them, I wouldn't have went in the motherfucking house. Fuck that. And if you was gonna get some drugs, fuck going over there, nigga, meet me somewhere. That nigga was, come on, man. Especially, I know he wasn't like, I mean, nigga, somebody don't kill you for nothing, right? So, if he wasn't paranoid, if he wasn't thinking that especially if he was a snitch or something, right? He went over them people's house and he was a snitch? Oh, no, he didn't. Well, he don't have to worry about that no more because they fucked him up. Because evidently ain't nobody torturing your ass for nothing. Nigga, if you know you doing something and then you go around the same motherfuckers you doing it to, then shit, add it up. 1 + 1 = 1, motherfucker. He was stupid.
story kind of takes a turn. Kind of weird, to tell you the truth. It turns out Dean had once cooperated with authorities in California years ago. The case had no relevance to the Atlanta gang members.
He
You know,
don't
after
believe
reading
that.
that, I asked myself, were these guys checking paperwork? It really made me wonder, are these guys doing background checks before they sell drugs to people out there? That's why it had to have been a hefty drug deal. You know? A pretty hefty one, because I do know that when people want a lot of weight, a large quantity of a particular drug, people will definitely do background checks. And if you are trying to get 2 keys and they
That
do a
sound like
background
they
check,
robbed
and it shows that you work with police. I mean, what do you...
Sound like they just use that bullshit as an excuse. Just like, you know how they use that in jail, right? They check your paperwork and they say, oh, you a child molester, so we gonna kill you, right? It sound like they use that same type of excuse. Oh, you was a snitch at one time, so you still a snitch. So once a snitch, always a snitch. So when you come try to buy some drugs, we're gonna kill your ass because we think you're a snitch anyway. But what kind of shit is that, nigga? Because if he a snitch and he working for the police, then you still gonna get busted. That don't even make no motherfucking this don't make no sense, man. I think that they were just trying to rob that motherfucker. And they were just so fucking petty. They were just looking for any excuse. Can we go look on the computer and see if we can find an excuse to rob this motherfucker? To hate him, because we don't hate him yet, but if you could find a reason, we will. That just sound like some mean-ass people, man.
What do you expect? Even if it has nothing to do with the drug deal, they don't know that. They don't know you for real. For all they know, he could be recording every single drug deal they've done so far.
So if that's the case, then
piling up evidence against
then you ain't gonna
know.
No, fuck that. See, he's saying some stupid shit now. Because if you know that a motherfucker did all this shit to you and all that, right? Then you know if you kill this motherfucker, they going right straight to your punk ass. So, them niggas is stupid. Again, why you didn't just let that nigga buy his drugs if you thought he was the police, or just told that nigga I ain't buying no more drugs, or just bought his drugs, and then when they busted your ass, then you had to at least save up your money so when you get out, you have some more motherfucking money. Now you ain't never getting out. That's some stupid shit.
These guys might have freaked out and said, you know what, we gotta take him out. You know, gangs and organizations, word travels quickly. And if this dude dropped dime on some high-power individuals, I mean, there really ain't no running from it. You know?
Oh, okay.
So
I think, so maybe somebody paid them to do that. Maybe one of the motherfucker who he snitched on before put a price on his head or something. That's what another thing could have happened. And so they said, okay, we're gonna get paid for killing him, and we're gonna get paid by robbing him.
Find you sooner or later. I'm not saying this is the situation with this story, but let's go ahead and enter the courtroom.
It don't make no sense other than that.
Tucking your shirts. We're about to witness Christopher Lockett be sentenced for one of the most gruesome murders in Fulton County history.
Is that
massive, man?
Hell yeah, that's why I say I want to hear that shit. If a brother like that hit you a couple of times with a motherfucking crowbar, your ass is out of here. I don't want to hear no shit about it. They didn't beat him with a crowbar for 2 hours. Some bullshit. I don't even see why they had to shoot the nigga. 5 niggas in there stomping him and beating him.
All right, is the state ready to proceed?
I don't think there's nothing left.
Defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
To fucking shoot. Nigga, ain't nothing left to shoot.
Damn, did you see dude's eyes? Let me rewind this. Have you ever seen like those anime kittens with the big old eyes? Love that everybody start crying all the time.
Now here's the problem, man, that make me think that these motherfuckers just some mean-ass motherfucking people. Because they ain't telling you, he didn't tell you everything, but they sound like they done chopped off his dick and torch and all that old other freaky shit. You know what I mean? Sadistic shit. Some slave master shit. So they sound, man, they sound crazy.
Oh, why do I see shit like this?
So
why does my mind work the way it does? I don't know.
Charged with murder, now they charged with mayhem too.
Good morning to the court.
Good morning. Good morning.
We're here before the court as a result of a jury verdict on April the 1st of 2019 on count 1 of the indictment, participation in criminal street gang activity. Sentencing range is a minimum of 5 years and a maximum of 20 years.
Alright, so what she's doing right now is reading all the charges that he's been convicted for, what he's about to be sentenced for today. And she said the time ranges between 5 to 20 years, I believe, for participation in gang street
activities. Yo, it sound like he ain't the murderer. Sound like they didn't get him. It sound like they just got him for being in the gang. I hope hope he saved up some money.
In street activity. In a lot of states, they have these guidelines, these point systems that
5 to 20 is better
not so much
than
the judge determining what
than
you're
life.
sentenced to, but the guidelines, the points. If you got in trouble a lot in the past,
Shit, he got less for selling
if you got in trouble when
selling
you're very young,
big
it's gonna
drugs
boost
than
your points. If it was a
them
violent
kids
crime,
got
it's gonna
for robbing
boost your points. All
a
this
few
stuff is put into some
pedestrians
kind
for a
of
couple of
equation,
bucks.
and it calculates how much time you're supposed to do. And the judges usually go by these guidelines, I'd say 99% of the time. But it's ultimately up to the judge at the end of the day. They could go above.
I mean, what would you do? Would you rather go
the
rob a
sentencing
motherfucker
guidelines.
and get 50
Count 2,
years
malice murder,
for $30
to
or
life without
sell
possibility
drugs and
of
make
parole.
$3,000?
Number 2, malice murder.
I'm just
which
saying,
ranges
you can
from
make
life
$3 million.
to life
I'm just
without
saying.
the possibility of parole. And I believe malice murder is a Georgia thing. The first time I heard about this,
Oh, they got it
was
for
when
malice
we did the
murder?
sentencing day not too long ago.
Let me-
White guy with the glasses.
Let me be quiet. I thought they just got it.
Count 2, malice murder, is a range of life to life without possibility
Oh
of parole.
shit, he didn't got caught up,
Number 2,
bartender.
malice murder, which ranges from life to life without the possibility of parole. And I believe malice murder is a Georgia thing. The first time I heard about this charge was when we did the sentencing day.
I call it mayhem.
White guy with the glasses. It's titled Sentencing Day. Malice
Mayhem.
Murder, if you want to go check it out. But that was my first time ever hearing that kind of murder charge. I've always heard first degree, second degree,
Yeah,
manslaughter,
mayhem
third
murder.
degree, stuff like that, but never malice.
You torture him,
Counts
motherfucker.
3, 4, 5, and 6 are felony murder counts that I believe in this case, given the jury's verdict, will vacate as an operation of law.
So for charges 3, 4, 5, and 6, I believe something along the lines of murder is being vacated. So he's not going to be sentenced for those.
Count 7, armed robbery, the court should sentence on that count. The minimum is 10 and the maximum is 20
So
or life.
they said, even though it was an illegal transaction, you know, he went there to buy drugs, they still said, nigga, we're gonna charge you with robbery. Did you hear that? They said, you were supposed to sell a nigga some drugs. We're gonna still charge you with robbery, even though the drugs is even though this whole motherfucking thing is illegal, you getting charged with robbery.
Robbery. Do not commit robberies in the
They
great
didn't
state of
commit no motherfucking robbery. How can you rob how can two criminals rob each other? I mean, they can, right? But how can the fucking law come in and say, okay, you rob, you got your money illegally, and y'all, we don't know, it don't belong to us, but we're gonna charge one of you motherfuckers with robbery. This is, man, get that shit out of here.
Georgia says the minimal time frame for robbery is 5.
But they didn't rob nobody, dude.
Maximum is 20 to life. You can get life for robbery.
Yeah, but where is fucking
Think about that
robbery
if
at?
you rob someone in Georgia.
You count 8, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
So you mean-
Assault with your-
You mean if they would have just robbed him and let him go, he could have went to the police and said, you know what, I was buying cocaine and somebody robbed me. You mean and you mean he can get away with that? And what they gonna do? Go get the cocaine for him, or just go get his money back? Get that shit out of here.
Verdict in this case for murder.
They ain't gonna go
Malice
get that
murder,
man money back.
aggravated
That
assault,
bullshit
shooting,
out of here.
Count 9, aggravated assault.
So how the
and
fuck is
striking
anybody
count
getting
within
charged with
20
anything?
And a maximum of 20 years, the court should sentence on that count. Count 10, tampering with evidence, also court should sentence, and it's a range of 1 year to 3 years. Count 11, considering the death of another, same recommendation that the court sentence on that count.
I lost. There's too many damn charges and laws and break down for y'all, so I just stopped.
Minimum is 1, the maximum is 10. And count 12, if convicted, I believe the court should sentence.
I already heard enough. This is bullshit.
Sentence to run consecutive. And count 13, in this case only, as it pertains
That guy has no hope.
I got all them motherfucking counts off one murder.
In this case, Your Honor, the state filed a recidivist notice as it pertains to Mr. Lockett on the 16th of January 2018. That notice lists several convictions, making him a A and C recidivist.
Recidivist. recidivist. And he got some kind of magical recidivist list.
Oh yeah, revolving
that,
door.
I don't even know if I'm saying that word right. I've always had problems saying that.
Time on the
but that list,
life
I guess,
on the
probably just
pension
showing all
plan.
his past charges, and just paint a little gray wash on him before he gets smoked. That's all that is.
And Judge, just by way of slight mitigation as it relates.
They not letting him out no more.
He grew up in what
I wouldn't give a fuck where he grew up.
fairly broken home.
Ain't no way they should have did no stupid shit like that.
One of his brothers was.
What does this guy think he's doing? He says he's going to slightly mitigate for his
Because-
crime. Mitigate, for anybody out there that might not know, is kind of like argue or give reasoning behind why he might have done something. I guess that's the best way you can put it.
He shouldn't have did what he did, right? That's why he's sitting in that chair. They should have just robbed the motherfucker and sent him on his way. If anything, all that old torturing, chopping off his balls and all that old stupid shit, chopping off his dick and all that, no. And then going up and looking for a reason to hate the man? No, man. It's like, that's like karma. Just like in that case with that dude who was killing all them prostitutes in St. Louis. The reason he got popped was because a newspaper man wrote an article making one of the ladies that he killed seem human. She was like, this was somebody's mama, this was somebody, sister and all that, somebody's daughter. And then the motherfucker, and then the killer got Maury Trevis got offended and wrote him back a letter and said, fuck that bitch, I killed another bitch, and I'm gonna keep killing bitches, and if you want to find another bitch, here's a map, and you can go look for the bitch right now. So he sent him a map to direct him to where to find another victim, right? And that map, they retraced that map and found his ass. So it was like the victim was speaking from her grave, right? She was the one who put an end to his ass, got her revenge, and saved a whole bunch of other ladies from running into experiencing that same motherfucking karma. So it was like karma got him. Just like these motherfucking idiots. Karma got them too.
But there ain't nothing you can do, bro. He's got so many damn charges.
It was
3
karma.
life sentences.
Because if it wasn't meant to happen, it wouldn't be happening. Them niggas was a little bit too vicious. I know they was mad and shit, but nigga, you could have did a different crime than that. You was already selling
I went through the
drugs.
same cycle, and
nigga,
look at me.
They was already selling drugs. They was selling the motherfucker who came to buy the drugs from them. So how y'all killing a motherfucker that's buying drugs from you? And if he was a snitch, nigga, then don't sell him none. Man, come on.
Came out just fine.
The fuck you killing
I think go out
motherfuckers
there
for,
and start torturing
and you
people.
know you going
There
to
ain't
jail.
nothing this guy could say. Ain't nothing. Just by him trying to mitigate for his client.
And I ain't saying that if you would have killed the black man, they would have let it go. But then that way it would have looked at normal. You killing some white dude, nigga, that definitely don't look normal. In Georgia,
Would make
Glasses
some judges
out.
even more mad than what they already are.
that don't look normal.
Mr. Christopher Lockett, perhaps prison court.
I ain't saying it's normal to kill anybody, but nigga,
I will start actually with count 2, which is the
Malice murder.
charge. And will sentence Mr. Lockett.
I don't know how you gonna get away with that.
As a recidivist to life without parole. Counts 3, 4, and 5.
That's like killing the
As a
police, nigga.
recidivist, life without parole. So I believe if you didn't have a past criminal record, you would have been eligible for life without parole. If I were to guess. But that is the first charge that he was sentenced to, count 2, which is malice murder. Life without the possibility of parole.
Count 1, the court will sentence Mr.
I wouldn't even have went to court. Fuck all that shit. I already know what they gonna do. Gonna fry my boots, bartender. They gonna, what's in the oven? Your ass, Frosty. Damn, I was already dead. Why did I go rob a motherfucker for? I was already dead.
20 years.
You can't kill a dead man twice.
Count 7, the court will
But,
sentence you
but they did, didn't they?
7. Count 8 is going to
They killed a dead man twice.
2. Count 9, the court will sentence 10 years to serve. Count 10 will be 3 years.
The smoke never stops.
Will be 10 years.
Smokey the
Smoke is
Bear,
the
nigga.
longest Chattanooga train smoking session
What's
I've
in the
ever
oven?
seen.
Are there any questions about the courts?
9, 10, 11 are resolved.
Hey, where you get all these black judges?
Okay, she asked if there's any questions, and the defendant's attorney says 9, 10, and 11.
They giving out more
are
time than
charged
father
ran
time.
Concurrently, they are all ran concurrent, I believe, to the life without possibility of parole. And for anybody that needs a little refreshment on what concurrent is, maybe
Same
she
time.
grouped all of them together. And usually
Yeah.
people want to hear concurrent, but it really doesn't matter for this guy, man. He's done for. Goose is smoked. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. What'd you
There
expect?
you have it, ladies and
Give her released on
gentlemen. What did
probation.
you
Come on.
expect?
One of the most gruesome murders in Fulton County history.
One of the most
No.
gruesome.
You already know he was going to get smoked.
Yeah, I
It's very
didn't hear the
rare
rest
in
of it. All I heard was
someone
the
doesn't get smoked. to take
motherfucking
it.
white man getting beat for
That's
2
just-
hours with a crowbar. That didn't make sense until
But if you enjoyed
till
it,
I
please
figured
don't
out
forget to hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. Go check out all the links in the description of the video. Add me up on Twitch, Twitter.
The same, we were hearing from the Senate, the witness advocate, and then we were talking to you about.
Here we go again. Fair use and educational purpose.
Good morning again, Your Honor. Standing on behalf of the actual juvenile victim in this actual case, according to the actual incident report, it advises that the alleged suspect allegedly approached this actual victim on the local basketball court
Yeah.
and allegedly approached him with a weapon,
Yeah, break yourself, fool.
some of his property at the time.
It's Friday, nigga.
And the actual victim did turn over property.
I guess you gonna get out on Monday. But I'm gonna bail out on Monday. It's Friday, nigga. I'm gonna rob you today. Police gonna pick me up tomorrow. I'm gonna bail out on Monday. Ain't that a bitch?
To this actual alleged suspect. I am requesting that the suspect be placed on no contact with this actual victim. I do not have a copy of his criminal history at this time, but I'm asking you to take in consideration that
I
the
mean,
crime was
nigga, who's the real victim? God damn, nigga, when they finish with you burning your boots, nigga, who the real motherfucking victim?
according to the incident report, was presented during the time of the alleged armed robbery, and that this actual victim is a juvenile, Your Honor.
Ms. Hammond, the copy was supplied to the court. Of course, you can look at a copy of that before we go any further.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Fish and chips, nigga. Fried boots. Come on, man.
Okay. According to the actual incident.
Nigga, don't tell
according to the
me
actual
you
criminal
balling.
history,
How's you balling and you robbing a nigga on a basketball court? What did he have? Some gold? Some dope? I mean, what could this nigga have had? It got to be, it had to have been a nigga with some gold. And then I know that the code of the game is he didn't snitch on you, so if you must have robbed a square, man. He wasn't even a dope dealer, nigga.
advises that in 2007.
I mean, not even a dope dealer, but I mean, he wasn't even in a gang. Because, you know, them gangs got codes and shit. They ain't just gonna go tell on a motherfucker and then go to court and testify on